Okay, so think about this. You walk into a room, could be virtual, could be, physical, and you need to connect with someone new.
Mm-hmm.
That first introduction in English, it feels like it's so much more than just saying your name right.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
It's really the first step. It sets the whole tone for whatever comes next. Professional, social.
It's about building that connection, isn't it?
Mm,
Not just formality.
exactly. And doing it confidently with the right words, it signals who you are, opens that door for a real interaction.
And that's precisely what we're tackling today. Our whole mission here is to give you some really practical English expressions.
So you can walk into those situations feeling prepared.
Yeah, ready to introduce yourself with, well, confidence and clarity. We've been looking at some great material that really breaks down what makes a strong introduction tick.
Right. And what we found consistently are these 5 key elements. Think of them as the building blocks, really.
Okay, 5 building blocks. Let's lay them out. First up, greetings, how you say hello.
Mm-hmm. Crucial first step.
Second, actually stating your name clearly.
Seems simple, but how you do it matters.
Third, sharing a little background, just enough context.
Yeah, who you are, essentially.
Fourth, and this is sometimes key, mentioning why you're talking, the purpose.
Especially in certain contexts, yeah.
And finally, number 5, inviting the other person in, asking them to share.
Making it a conversation, not a monologue.
Exactly. It's simple, but so important.
And we're not just going to talk about these. We want this to be practical. We'll look at examples, give you moments to maybe, mentally practice along.
Yeah, the goal is for you to be able to use this stuff straight away.
Mm-hmm. Immediately useful.
All right, let's dive in then. First, building block, the greeting. That initial hello.
That's the whole vibe, doesn't it? A good greeting makes things feel welcoming right off the bat.
The sources we looked at had some really good energetic options.
Yeah, like a simple hi there or just hello. Very standard, very effective.
And then the time-based ones. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening.
And using good morning or good evening. There's a subtle thing there, isn't there? It can add a touch of maybe formality
Yeah.
or elegance.
Yeah, like if you're in a slightly more formal setting, a business meeting perhaps, versus just hanging out.
Exactly. It adjusts the tone slightly.
Okay, so here's a little interactive bit like we mentioned. Let's try it. I'll say a greeting, and you, listening, just maybe think about how you'd respond. Ready?
Okay.
Hi there.
Just taking that moment to mentally engage. It helps it stick, much more than just listening passively.
Totally. Okay, moving on. Element number 2, introducing your name.
All right. Seems basic, but there are nuances.
The absolute classics are my name is, or just I'm.
Yeah, can't go wrong with those. They work pretty much anywhere.
We also saw I'm cold, like I'm called Sarah.
A bit less common maybe, but still perfectly fine.
And then there's you can call me, which feels a bit more informal, right?
It does, yeah. It kind of invites closeness, encourages using the first name straight away. Good for a relaxed vibe.
Okay, let's practice this one too. I'll use an example from the sources. My name is James.
See? Clear, direct. Gets the key info across instantly. No fuss.
Right. Now onto the third piece. Sharing a little bit about your background.
This is where you start painting a slightly bigger picture. Giving context, finding common ground maybe?
The trick is being selective, isn't it? Sharing what's relevant.
Exactly. You don't need your whole life story. The sources pointed to a few common things people share.
Like where you're from. I'm from London. That can spark conversation.
Oh, definitely. Someone might know London or ask about it. It's a natural connector. Same with your job.
Right. I work as a graphic designer, especially useful for networking.
Instantly tells people what you do professionally.
Or even hobbies. I enjoy hiking. That shows a bit of personality.
Yeah, and you might just find another hiker. It creates that little spark of shared interest. These small details can really make an introduction memorable.
Okay, practice time again? I'll show one. I enjoy hiking.
Good one. And you listening, just think, how might you react? Do you hike too? Are you curious?
All right, fourth element. This one's interesting. Stating the purpose of the conversation.
Yeah, this isn't always necessary, but in certain situations, it's super helpful. Think networking events, conferences.
Or even just reaching out to someone specific online, maybe.
Right. Being clear about why you're initiating contact makes things, well, more efficient. The other person understands your angle.
The sources gave some good phrases, like, at that networking event, I'm here to connect with professionals in the marketing industry.
Super direct, sets the expectation, or maybe more socially. I'm looking forward to meeting new people.
Sets a friendly tone there.
Or even more specific, like, I wanted to learn more about your work in sustainable energy. Shows genuine interest.
We saw this example. I'm here to meet fellow writers. Perfect for a workshop, right?
Totally. It helps you find your tribe, so to speak, and helps others see if they fit what you're looking for.
Okay, let's try this one, I'll say. I came to learn more about astrophotography.
Mm-hmm. Imagine hearing that. You might share what you know, or ask them what got them interested, or maybe point them to a resource. Lots of ways to respond.
Okay, on to our final key component, number 5. Inviting the other person to share.
Ah, yes. This is crucial for turning it into a real dialogue. Shows you're interested in them, not just broadcasting about yourself.
It's basic communication courtesy, really. It's thoughtful.
Absolutely. It shifts the whole dynamic.
And the phrases for this are pretty straightforward. And what about you?
The classic.
Or slightly more casual. How about you?
Yep, very common.
And one I quite like. I'd love to hear about you.
That feels really warm and inviting, doesn't it? Genuine interest.
So after you've done your bit name, background, maybe purpose, just tacking on, and what about you? Works beautifully.
It does. It's a gentle nudge. Keeps the ball rolling without being pushy.
Okay, last practice for these individual bits, I'll say. I'd love to hear about you.
Nice. Think about how that makes the listener feel valued, invited. That's a good feeling to create.
So we've looked at all the pieces, right? Greeting, name, background, purpose, invitation. Now let's talk putting it all together.
Yeah, weaving them into a smooth, natural flow. That's the goal.
The sources gave a great example putting it all together. Something like, "Hi there, my name is James, I'm from London, and I work as a graphic designer. I'm here to connect with other designers. And what about you?"
See how that flows. Greeting, name, bit of background, clear purpose for that context, and then the handover. Concise, but informative.
Covers all the bases. Okay, let's try a little guided practice for you listening. I'll start it off, and you fill in the blanks mentally. "Hi there, my name is..."
Just pause there. Add your name. Then maybe think about adding where you're from or what you do next, building your own version.
Okay, great. So we have the structure, the elements. Now let's think about applying this in, the real world, different situations.
Because context really matters, doesn't it? You might tweak your intro depending on where you are and who you're meeting.
Right, so the sources gave us a scenario. Imagine you're at a conference. You get introduced to someone called Anna.
Okay, professional setting. Networking or learning is probably high on the agenda.
So using our framework, maybe you would say something like, "Hi, Anna. It's nice to meet you. My name is James.
Standard opening. Good.
I'm from London, and I work as a graphic designer.
Background? Relevant to a professional conference.
I'm here at the conference to learn about the latest trends in web design and connect with other professionals in the field."
Clear purpose, tailored to the event.
How about you?
Perfect handoff. See, it's tailored, informative, and invites Anna to respond in kind. Very effective for that situation.
Okay, before we finish up this deep dive, we absolutely have to talk about confidence.
Yes, because it's not just what you say, it's how you say it. Confidence makes a huge difference.
The material we reviewed had some really solid practical tips for this.
Things you can actually do.
First one, maybe obvious, but critical. Practice.
Cannot overstate this. The more you say it out loud, even to yourself, the smoother it feels when it's for real.
It just takes the stress out of trying to remember the words,
Yeah.
right? You can focus on connecting.
Exactly. You internalize it. Then you can think about tone, body language.
Which brings us to the next tip. Smile.
Such a simple thing, but so powerful. Makes you seem approachable, friendly, warm.
Totally changes the energy, doesn't it? A genuine smile.
It really does. Makes the other person feel more comfortable, too.
Then there's eye contact. Maintaining appropriate eye contact.
Shows you're engaged, you're interested, you're present. It builds that connection.
Signals confidence, too, I think.
Definitely. Avoiding eye contact can sometimes come across as unsure or even shifty.
And the final tip we pulled out, be authentic. Be yourself.
Yes. Don't try to be someone you're not. Let your actual personality come through.
People connect with authenticity, right? It makes the introduction more memorable, more real.
Absolutely. When you're genuine, it shows.
Okay, so let's quickly recap. We've gone through the key bits of a great English self-introduction.
The 5 building blocks: greeting, name, background, purpose, and that all-important invitation to share.
And we talked about useful phrases for each of those.
Plus, those crucial tips for delivering it with confidence. Practice makes perfect.
Smile. Maintain eye contact.
And just be yourself. Be authentic.
Remember, this is a skill, and like any skill, The more you use these expressions, the more you put yourself out there, the easier and more natural it'll become.
It really does build with practice. So as the sources suggested, we really encourage you. Try it out.
Yeah, maybe even share a quick introduction written or maybe even a short video on social media.
If you feel up to it, tag us. Use the hashtag #SpeakeasyIntro. We'd genuinely love to see them.
Yeah, it'd be great to see you putting this into practice.
Yeah.
And you can find all our social media links in the description or notes for this deep dive.
We always enjoy connecting with you there.
And of course, if you found this helpful, please do subscribe. That way you won't miss future deep dives on English communication skills.
Keep practicing those intros. Remember, every great conversation, every new connection, it all starts with that first hello.
Absolutely. So go on, get out there, introduce yourselves confidently, and speak easy.